Well, welcome.
Welcome.
That's all I got.
I know. Well, I don't know, but it's fine.
Welcome to Rydell High.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
That's from Greece.
Oh, I meant the microphone.
Oh, the microphone. Yeah, I'm using the
little lav mic.
The little
lav
mic.
Yeah.
That's what it's called?
Yeah.
I was like, what are you saying?
Cat,
yeah, the little
get
porta mic is what I call it. And
the porta potty mic.
If you guys have listened to our past episodes, which I'm assuming you have.
Stop.
When we do cooking segments, we have to use the little porta mic, and we usually have to use like a scarf or a hood or a beanie. Today my shit is clipped on my shirt like a professional.
Right? I just didn't
podcast.
know what the fuck I was doing earlier. But
That
anyway,
actually sounds nice.
It does.
Maybe I should take a picture of this.
You're gonna get.
It looks good, but it sounds good.
There you go. Anyway, well, how you doing, Brianna? Over there taking selfies of yourself?
Just of my three chins.
It's perfect.
My microphone was like in my second chin.
It was good. Okay, dude.
I'm doing great, Shay. What's going on with me?
He's trying to snuggle, but he's gonna end up hanging himself.
The cat is very intertwined in our wires.
Jesus. All right. Anyway.
When I said intertwined, I remembered. I don't know why this reminded me of it, but I saw the movie Dumbo this week.
Oh, how was that?
It was fucking good. I cried 3 times.
Did you? I need to see it.
It's very heartwarming.
Is it?
The little kids could be better actors, but
well,
no offense, children.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're not. It's not the case.
Well, I guess
it's okay. Danny DeVito was fucking sweet.
Was he?
Yeah. So is Colin Farrell, which I haven't seen him in a while. So that was nice to see him without an arm.
Jesus. He doesn't have a little arm.
He don't have no arm. It got blown off in the war.
Don't give it away. I'm just kidding.
That's the main part.
It is. Damn it, Brie.
That's pretty much all that happened.
Oh, perfect.
And I went to the pool yesterday when it was like kind of snowing in the morning.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I mean, I didn't go while it was snowing, but it was snowing yesterday morning.
Yeah.
And then me and Chris were like,
let's go to
a hot tub.
Let's go to the rec pool.
In the pool. Yeah, and it was $5. And we were like, sweet.
That is in our budget.
And there's a water slide.
Oh, damn.
I forgot I can't yell too loud.
You're doing so good. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
Don't touch it. I'm just kidding.
That's my hair.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
How was your week, Shay? I'll ask you this week.
I know you did. Thank you. Nothing
I remembered
to
ask you.
Like it never does. But that's okay. This is always the highlight of my week. So that's good. I need him to just, dude. Okay.
Colonel,
sorry,
get
my cat
off.
is being a little attention whore today. I don't know what's going on.
He's like on the laptop / hugging the microphone.
Yeah,
stand.
I don't know what's happening. I need you to sit off because you're gonna break it. Boo boo. Joking.
Get off of there.
Get off right there. Just stay right there. Okay?
Go lick your pineapple spoon, cat. Oh.
He's drunk. That's what's wrong with him.
Wasted.
He's trying to get a little fresh with me.
Let's talk about what we're drinking today.
Oh, yeah. This is...
Sade, what you drank.
Fucking delicious. It's like a little margarita. Oh, what's going on there?
I found something in my pocket.
It's a price tag.
I meant to throw them away, but they're in my pocket.
But no, we're drinking a little margarita with some cara cara. Mm-hmm. Is that how you say that?
Yeah, cara orange juice, some lime juice, some freshly muddled pineapple that was fucking bomb.
It was fucking bomb.
Pineapples are real good right now. They're in season.
It goes well, this drink, with what we're going to be making today. Or what I'll be reading today.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what I'm making, but I can give it a guess.
Can you? Let's hear some guesses.
I think we're making some sort of taco. We're making something with a tortilla.
Yeah.
Don't be sad, Shay. I had to get the ingredients and I connected the dots.
I mean, the tortilla probably gave it away. holiday.
So I had to get.
Let's be honest.
I had to get corn, pinto beans.
Yeah.
Green chilies.
Yes.
Which I roasted myself.
You did. I told you to get a can. You're like, you can go fuck yourself.
I was like, hell no.
Yeah. And they smell fucking bomb. So.
I'll tell you how I did that. You want me to tell you right now?
You should tell us during the cooking segment.
Do you guys? Oh, during it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will. I'll wait.
You silly duck.
And then, yeah, so I just put, I needed
weed.
chili powder you told me to get.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'm making either like chili. Like I thought I was making like chili soup. You know?
I thought about doing something like with dumplings or some shit, but then it was a little warm today, so I was like, meh.
Whatever.
We'll do something a little different. So.
And we're doing this late night, so we're probably going to get tired soon.
I know. Fuck.
It's almost 9.
It's true, but like we got something
8:30.
Special in store tomorrow, so that'll be fun
Yes.
for our Sunday recording session.
Yes.
So for our Big 10.
We're going to be on our 10th episode, guys. Next episode. This episode's our 9th.
Yep.
So next is our 10th. We
10
can count
weeks of
at 30.
mostly irrelevant facts.
Yeah.
But thanks for joining with us.
Yes. So, yeah, we decided probably every 10 episodes. I guess we can tell them about this.
Yeah,
now.
so every 10 episodes, we're going to do like a little field trip, and then we're going to talk about it. Mm-hmm. This one, I think, is going to be a good one. It was a good way to kick this off.
Yes. So, we'll tell you more about that.
Yeah.
Next time.
When we talk to you about it.
So, we won't tell them anything?
No.
We'll just keep it a surprise on where we went on our field trip?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect, because I almost spilled the beans. We're making beans today.
It is live, so it's not like I could cut it out or anything. So
you're right.
Thanks
Super
for not
live.
doing that.
I know.
Super fucking
There's no
live.
way you could have edited it out.
Edited.
Why do I want to... Okay, this is what I've been noticing as a 30-year-old.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to add syllables to shit.
Well, that's a good one.
Like processor, the last 2 months of my life, I have not been able to say that word without being like, that's wrong. Like I want to say processor.
Oh, I'm not.
But then that's wrong. And then, but I say
that.
processor, and I'm like, that's not right. Processor.
Processor.
Like that sounds so wrong.
So you want to add like 16 S's in there.
Processor. But that's obviously not right either.
No, not even close.
Anyway.
Huh.
Oh, another thing
I've always been doing
that,
so I guess maybe I'm always been special.
You're
always 30 at heart.
You're just a 30-year-old
I'm
forever.
an old
forever 31.
Semi-old soul.
Should we start a store? When we have merchandise, Shay, we're going to start a store. It's going to be called Forever 31.
Ooh, I like that.
Isn't that perfect?
Oh, wait, no, that was... What was that? I almost said that was Wet Seal that went under.
Oh my God, Wet Seal.
Fucking Wet Seal.
Oh my God, that was I wish it was around now because now I could actually wear those clothes.
It's true.
No, I could have. But they were skanky.
They were skanky.
They were.
That's where you went to go, like, you would go to Wet Seal, and then you would also go, instead of the Claire's, you would go to, like, the more scandalous
Afterthoughts. That's what it was
I do remember that.
In California.
No, it was...
Oh.
It was like the other... It was like icing or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
it was more like
fucking pregnant teenagers
fabulous.
go, God damn it!
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
I
never went in there.
There's this really sweet store in the Fort Collins Mall when I first moved here. And it was like...
Oh, from 1984?
They would have like Playboy bunny things on their shirts and like the like belly button shirts with like numbers on them.
Oh yeah, and like way too much eyeliner, but kind of smudged, but not on purpose.
Yeah, it was called K-Momo.
K-Momo.
And they had like they had like the body jewels. Like they had all sorts of body jewels.
It sounds
you could
like
stick
a
on
trendy.
Yourself. Definitely the Playboy bunny body jewels.
Sounds like just honestly like a trendy hot topic.
It was.
Like a light topic.
Mm-hmm. Light
topic.
And Spencer's and...
There's still Spencer's around, which is insane to me.
What do they sell there? Edible
they still
underwear
sell
and like
fucking,
lightning lamps.
And like sex toy bullshit, like for your novelty parties.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
And then weird like glow in the dark shit.
Yeah, it's kind of like what Hot Topic used to be, except with the sex toys, but like...
Did Hot Topic have sex toys?
That's what I'm saying, like, except with the... I'm pretty sure that they're owned by the same company, because they kind of have the same
layout. They have
layout.
the same vibe.
But like, they have, Hot Topic now seems like I've gone in there. First of all, it's bright. And then it's like more like
Nightmare Before Christmas.
A lot of Nightmare Before Christmas, a lot of weird Disney shit. But
an anime now, I noticed. I went in there recently, actually.
Yeah, which I was like, oh, this will be fun. And I went in there, I was like, oh, this is not the same. Yeah. Where's all the Good Charlotte t-shirts and the Fallout Boy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Good Charlotte.
I got way too many Good Charlotte and Fallout Boy bullshit.
Oh, God. Did you get the bracelets that they sold there?
I never got the bracelets. Cool I just got like all the different fucking shirts. Like I had been to all their concerts, but I hadn't.
Did you get a studded belt there?
No, I was
collar
not. No,
like yourself.
You remember like the studded belts and then with like the fucking kilt skirts that
all the fucking those are
wear
so
their knee-high stocks.
Oh,
knee-high stacks
with our collared shirts and ties.
Oh, they were super. I knew a girl like that, and she kept. She took our when we dissected. I don't know if I told you this last time.
Dissected cats,
and then she would take the cat. She would go around and ask all the anatomy teachers for the cat heads. And then when I went over to her house one time, she had like a bunch of what's that word? I can't say it.
Formaldehyde.
That's what I've learned when I'm 30. I can't pronounce words. It's awful, and it's not even because I'm fucking drunk. It's just because I've lost brain cells. I'm not sure.
Processor.
Exactly. So she had a bunch of cat heads in those in jars that word. I'm not going to say it.
This was a girl in high school.
She was like fucking complicated.
Were you friends with her so she didn't kill you?
No, she was like no, because I was like.
I wanted to be a part of that.
I wanted to be like a part of that group. She's not listening. Weirdly enough, she like went off and like joined the Navy and.
She needed to do that. She probably would have killed some people.
She was like one of those. She was one of those girls that was just she was really smart and everything else, and I was like, you like My Little Pony deep down. It's a big old fucking front.
Yeah, My Little Pony had spikes coming out of its eyes.
But no, she was a nice girl. She just. She was like, I'm just different, complicated. Like all we fucking
all those people that shopped at Hot Topic. Fucking
yeah.
And listened to Fallout Boy.
Fallout Boy. Oh God.
Anyways. Anyways, Spencer's gifts.
Anyway.
How do we start talking about that?
That's how I feel. 30 is that I can't pronounce words.
Yeah, that's fun.
It's fun. It's whatever.
It's fine. I don't know. I don't know how to do that.
But yeah, no, my week has been nothing, and that's fine. This, again, is the highlight.
All right. So what did you roll? Science?
I rolled... No. Yeah. I'm like, no. Well, yeah, I did roll science. I still think it's science, but at the same time when I was researching, I'm like, am I cheating a little bit? I might be cheating a little bit.
You're not.
But it's fine. It's still science.
It is.
It's kind of like how you were like, you're like, it's still science because it's fucking...
still cooking.
Fucking... What was it? World...
Climate change?
Peace. I mean, yeah, that too.
It was climate change, which is science.
I was listening exactly everything that you were saying the entire time. Anyway, so it's the kind of science that I fucking love.
Good.
Yeah.
And I rolled cooking.
Life. Well, I'll wait to say that so it doesn't give it away.
Okay, don't. Are we cooking first?
Yeah, we're gonna cook first because I'm sure you're hungry and I'm hungry.
Oh yeah, we're hungry.
So you'll cook first.
Okay.
All right.
All right, guys, we're gonna cook. Bye.
You don't need to say bye.
We wanted to take a minute to talk a little bit about Anchor, which is our hosting site for this podcast, 30-ish.
Yeah, that's right, Brie. So when Brie and I decided to venture into the podcast world, we knew that we were going to need an anchor. Yeah, to hold on to. And honestly, it's been a fantastically painless experience. Way more painless than we could have ever possibly imagined.
When we first talked about starting 30-ish, we had a ton of questions on how to get things started, and we were worried about whether or not it was going to sink or swim. Thankfully, Anchor not only helped us answer our questions, but also gave us so many tools that we didn't even think we needed.
Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free. Free! That's right, everyone likes free stuff. And ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means that you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading this ad.
And honestly, don't do what we did and wait to utilize the ad feature. No. Can't stress that enough. Sometimes with age doesn't come wisdom. Doesn't? Anyway, their user-friendly website is incredibly easy to navigate and use, giving you statistics and all sorts of schematics about how many listeners you are retaining. So if you have a podcast you have been thinking about doing, stop thinking and start casting with Anchor. Go to anchor.fm/start to start your podcast.
Hold up.
Here we go.
Hey, gonna whack it till the wheels fall off. Take a...
Yeah.
I don't know the rest
it's
of
fine.
the words.
But we got all that on record there.
Oh, we're on?
Yeah, we're on.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
On the record.
On the record. Let me get this up really quick.
We're fucking ready to cook whatever we're cooking with onions, garlic, chili powder, corn, pinto beans,
all right,
limes.
So you guessed.
Sorry, I'm yelling.
What did you guess? I just turned
I
it down.
guess tacos.
You guessed tacos. All right.
What are we making today,
We're
Shay?
making some sweet corn and chili. Nope. Sweet corn and green chili baked flautas.
Flautas is muy bueno para mí.
True. So
From what?
From the Thug Kitchen.
The Thug Kitchen.
Yes, which I know you've heard of it. There's
I
some
have heard of it.
swearing in there, but I was kind of shocked that you don't like have it.
I don't.
I'm actually a little shocked about that.
I need it.
You do need it.
I've heard a lot of people have told me that I need it, and I have never gotten it.
Because not only is it is funny because they just fucking swear and it's hilarious, but they're like, real talk. Please don't buy Kraft's cheese. They don't say that, but you know
they're
what
like,
I mean.
Come on, feed your soul,
feed
and
your
body
fucking soul.
right.
But it's actually really fucking good recipes and just made with really good products. Like they tell you, like please don't fucking use canola oil. Don't fucking just treat your body like a goddamn
temple. Hashtag temple bodies.
That's right. All right. So
my body is a temple, bitch.
It is a temple.
And it's a wonderland.
So I also want to make a note that this is the second time or third time that we've tried to start this podcast today because I forgot my cord. Then we forgot an onion.
Yeah, we had to go to the store really quick just now in the middle.
That's honestly my 30-ish moment this week is that I can't fucking remember anything. It's getting real bad. I'm going to have to get it into a home.
We need to start eating out of the Thug Kitchen so our memories stay sharp.
It's true. Oy. Okay.
I want to eat these green chilies.
You can.
That I roasted myself.
I know you did not.
Do you want me to tell you how I roasted them before we get into this?
Yeah, go ahead. Because this recipe calls for, what did it say? 1 can of mild green chilies. And she was like, fuck that.
I was like, Shay, I ain't buying no canned green chilies, bitch.
You don't have to lean into the microphone.
I know. I don't know why I'm...
It's kind of funny.
Because you're getting
fun. You're getting used to leaning into the microphone, so I'm proud of you. But go ahead. You could just talk regularly.
So, I didn't get canned green chilies. I did have to get canned corn because corn is shit in the grocery store right now.
Fair. Yeah.
Anyway, so all I did to roast my chilies, this is probably the fastest way to do it, is to set your broiler to high. You rub your chilies with a little oil and salt. You can do a little pepper on there if you want, but since they're chilies, I just do, just rubbing up. Greasing up some peppers.
Get that capsaicin going.
Yes, and then you just stick them in the broiler. You do one side for about 10 minutes. Okay. You flip them over, do them for another 10 minutes, take them out, put them in a bowl, put some saran wrap over the bowl.
Fuck yeah.
Because that helps take the skins off. And then in about 30 minutes, you can peel those skins off. When they're kind of warm, it's a little easier, but you can also chill them.
I did that once at the Vinos.
I probably made you.
You did. I asked you.
And then now I just peeled them and chopped them up, and now we have diced chilies that aren't from a can, and they're from, I think they were local, from King Soopers.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what we're using in the recipe. I don't need to lean in.
It's fine, but it's good. You're learning. Thank you, Ace Ventura. It's fantastic.
You're welcome.
Okay, so what else do you got over there?
Oh, I have garlic. I have onion that I diced. Diced an onion today. I have some chili powder. Okay. I have some tortillas.
Nice.
I have the limes.
Look behind you too. Don't forget that.
I have the oven that's set to 400. I have cumin. Mm-hmm. I have oil.
Yep.
I have coconut Pam, and I have tequila that we just took a shot of.
Yeah. That freshly opened bottle of tequila that is now halfway gone. Okay, so I keep losing my place.
I'm losing my place.
Okay, so this makes about 12 flautas.
Oh, fuck yeah, I'm so hungry.
I know. So using standard flour... Nope, I'm just going to cancel that one out.
You better read every word of that recipe.
I'm going to. Okay, so the intro is if you know what flautas are, then we don't need to... Well, I'm just going to keep drinking. Then we don't need to sell you on them. If you don't know what flautas are, then grab your lunchbox because we're taking your ass to school. Serve them with salsa and guacamole if you're feeling fucking fancy.
Oh, god damn. Are we feeling fancy today? No.
No, because we forgot to buy those things, so it's fine.
Well, we can just leave for the store for the 6th time.
For the 17th time today. Okay. So number 1. Crank your oven to 400 degrees. Done.
I'm magic.
Check. All right. Grab a large baking sheet and coat it with a little cooking spray.
Where's your largest baking sheet?
Look under the undercarriage of my oven.
The undercarriage. I got my baking sheet and I'm ready to go. So
she is rubbing the baking sheet real nice.
Just a little more. I like that.
Oh, look at that. That's real nice. That's a nice gain for her. That's
Right now I am currently rubbing down. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
I'm rubbing down the sheet with olive oil with a little paper towel so it makes it nice and even.
Yeah, it's
now I'm
nice.
throwing away my paper towel and now I'm ready for my next step, Shay.
All right, so number 2, heat up the oil in a large... Oh, yes, okay. So heat up the oil in a large saute pan over medium heat and throw in the onion. Cook until the onion starts to brown, about 5 minutes, but I don't got to tell you that. So I'll let you do that first. And then there's
too big.
Oh, shit, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I just got caught.
She got caught in her little leash.
I'm just going to use this one, okay?
There you go.
We're going to turn that on to a nice medium heat.
Medium heat.
We're just caramelizing our onions.
Oh, you fancier than this fucking thing because it does not say caramelized. I like how you were singing it because it was like, talking about like, it was like you were singing like Blue's Clues.
A blue skidoo we can do. Boo. Where's my handy dandy thug kitchen cookbook?
Boom. I'm glad we took
I
that
used to
shot.
watch that show when I was way too old to watch that show.
It's
like
okay.
13,
it's
I was like, I'm watching Blue's
Clues. I
Clues.
told you in either the first or second episode that I was jealous of my sister that she was part of a Barney club, and I cried to my parents because I wasn't part of it. And then I still remember that vividly to this day, and I'm ashamed. Fucking purple.
Blue's gonna do, we can do. All right, we're about to pour the oil in because my pan's getting warm.
Okay, do it, girl.
Okay.
It doesn't say it on there, but you go ahead and take the liberty as a chef.
Okay.
It's
just a saute of the onions. So you're not doing that in too much oil. No. You want to do that in a little amount of oil because you don't want it to be, you're just sauteing them. Correct? Is that what we're doing for this recipe?
That is.
Recipe?
Recipe?
All right, I'm adding my onions. Are you ready for the sizzle?
I'm ready. Hear it. Ooh, I hear that on the fucking...
You can?
Oh, I can hear it, girl.
Oh,
it's like you a goddamn Julia Child over there.
Here we go. That's not how she talks.
No, she...
All right, what's the next... What do I have to do with this garlic?
Oh, you just wait, girl.
Okay.
Oh, I should be reading you this. Okay. Okay, so wait. It just says cook until the onion starts to brown.
Sounds good.
About 5 minutes.
Perfect. We'll do that.
And then you're going to add a bunch of stuff after that.
So can I do anything to the garlic while I'm waiting?
Nope, because it's going to go in after, like right after this browns.
Oh. Yeah. So I don't need to mince it or anything?
It just says
throw it in.
It should be 4 to 5 cloves of garlic chopped.
Chopped, okay. Well, I'm going to chop my garlic.
Oh, shit. I'm fucking this up, see?
That's literally all just kidding.
This is a practice of communication, and I'm fucking it up. Like, if we were the team challenge of MasterChef, I would be fucking it up. You'd be like, God damn it, Shay. I hope you get eliminated in the fucking elimination challenge.
But what am I doing to the goddamn garlic?
Exactly.
Sorry,
and you're
that
like,
was loud.
I don't know. It's okay, I'm turning you down.
Good, because I'm too fucking loud.
You're not too loud. It's perfect.
Smelling good in the kitchen. Smelling good, it is bitchin'. when you're cooking with your friends for your podcast.
Honestly, you probably should just have like an after-school special. Not after school, because that would be like...
I don't know if my children are going to watch this.
Do you practice unsafe sex? Well, this is what could happen.
You can have...
crack baby.
You could, just like me. Just like me. I was definitely a crack baby.
Little Leroy.
Sorry, Mama. I've spilled the beans again. I have a crack baby dog.
You do?
It's okay. We still love him.
We do. That's what
Even though he wants to eat me for dinner.
I know. It's okay. It's just
I
because
don't think he wants to eat me. He's just like, I hate you.
I think he just loves you so much. He just doesn't know how to feel.
It's love bites.
Except he
they're
breaks
really
the skin.
hard.
Yeah, they're really tough. They're like if love bites.
Very scary love bites.
They are ER worthy love bites. Huh?
I swear I have PTSD from
you probably
this
do.
goddamn dog.
I don't think you're gonna ever have to you're ever gonna have a dog again where you're gonna be like, and the dog's like, I just want to lick you.
I'm afraid of my sister's Shih Tzu now. Like no fucking joke.
There you go. Yeah.
Anyway,
we're just like, Anakin, you're gonna be nice, and Anakin's probably like,
I know, like I don't want to pet your roommate's dog because I'm just like, oh no, it's giving me a look that I don't think it likes.
One time, like...
But normal dogs don't usually react on
the dog doesn't, like, bite like Leroy does, but it just kind of, like... she gets mad at him when he does it, but, like, he'll, like... and I don't freak out, because I don't have that experience like you do with Leroy. Yeah. But he'll just, like, kind of, like... he'll just go... like... Ooh. And what I'm doing is, like, I'm just, like, taking my hand and, like, putting it on my arm, but, like, it's, like a love bite. Yeah. But it does, like, he doesn't chomp hard. Down. He just... it's like he's, like... feeling me with his teeth. It doesn't freak me out, but I could tell, like, if he did that to you, you'd be like, could you stop doing that, please? Which is fair, because your dog would be like, hey, I'm going to chomp down and then rip forward. Like a lion. Yeah. Like a lion, which he is a little bit like a lion, because he's precious.
I've always wanted a wild animal as a pet.
You got it. Actually, I think a lion would be safer.
Probably.
I'm just kidding. I love Leroy.
Lions can be trained, so...
yeah, they can. Here's a litter box.
Just kidding.
Just go in there, okay, little scruffy. Oh, that smells fucking dope.
Oh, yeah, girl. It's browning up.
Real nice. Just let me know when you're ready to go to the next step. Because they're all brown and good.
All right, we're ready, I think.
Are we ready? All right. We'll take some pictures.
Of this chopped...
Crushed it.
All right, what's next?
All right, so after those are all nice and brown, you add the chili powder, cumin, salt, and garlic, then cook for another 30 seconds. Not a minute more. It doesn't say that, but... okay. And then... or second more. That's dumb. And then turn off the heat.
Okay. So I'm going to add...
chili powder,
cumin, salt, and garlic.
30 seconds.
Hey! And I'm just adding how much I want.
Oh, yeah. I was like, are you using a measuring spoon?
Hell no, I don't do that. How much chili powder does it say?
It says 2 teaspoons.
Perfect. That's literally what I did.
It's like you knew.
I knew. This chili powder smells real good, too. All right, 30 seconds.
All right. Take that shit off the heat. Okay, we're going to go to step 3 now.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to throw the beans. I'll wait till you saute that a little bit.
Do I need to juice? Do I need to get the juice out of the beans?
It doesn't say so much. I mean,
what does it just say? Cooked pintos?
It just says 3 cups cooked pinto beans.
3 cups? Well, we don't have 3 cups.
I told you 3 cups.
God, I suck at getting shit. I thought...
You mean reading? You suck at reading.
Yeah, I suck at reading.
I'm just kidding. It's fine.
Well, we're doing really green chili ones,
Fuck yeah,
okay?
Because
I have so much green chili.
That's totally fucking fine.
And a fuck ton of onions.
Okay,
so perfect.
So probably, I mean, I would think that they're drained.
Yeah, we're going to drain those. Because they probably just cooked them and drained them.
Okay. God, that smells fucking dope. I could eat that right now.
All right, the onions are off the heat.
Perfect. Okay, so you're going to throw the beans, chilies, and lime juice together in a big-ass bowl.
How much lime juice do I need?
You need juice of half a lime.
Perfect. This is half of a lime. We're going to do
shit.
more.
Oh, well, we'll use a spoon. I was like, it says mash them up with a potato masher. I don't think I have that.
What?
But when you put them all in the bowl, you're going to mash them up with the potato masher. But I don't have that, so we'll just use a spoon. Yeah, so beans, chilies, and lime juice.
And that's it.
Together in a big-ass bowl.
Mix it and mash it.
And you're going to mash it up with it. Mash them up using a potato masher or a spoon until a paste forms. It's cool if there are some whole beans left here and there. You don't need to spend the whole goddamn day mashing.
Goddamn day.
Yeah, fold in.
These are the actual words of the recipe.
Yeah, I'm reading them verbatim. So fold in the sauteed onions and corn and stir that motherfucker up. Your filling is ready. So after you mash that all up. I don't think I have a potato masher.
You don't.
I have a bigger.
I might use these.
I have a bigger, I have a plastic. Do you look behind you in that fucking country ass bullshit ball thing? You can pull. Yeah, you're fine. You have plenty of slack.
Maybe I'll use this.
Maybe. Yeah, but there's that too. It's just gonna get stuck in the cage.
No, but I thought
She's using a whisk, just so everybody knows.
But it mashes it too.
But I'm just telling them what I'm looking at because your friend gave us that one critique, which was really awesome. That I just need to tell them what is going on.
Yeah, so I'm mashing this with a whisk, which is working.
Oh, okay.
Bitch!
I'm an ignoramus.
You are
Ignoramus.
Ignoramus.
Dude, that fucking smells.
We are
bomb.
forming some paste.
Yeah, it's just again, form a paste and don't worry about if there's a whole bean left here and there. Don't need to do it the whole goddamn day.
Oh, I'm gonna mash them up. I don't know. So it just comes right out.
It just comes right out.
All right, what's next?
Okay, so after you mash that all up, you'll fold the sauteed onions and corn and stir that motherfucker up. Your filling is ready.
Let me drain out my corn. So I decided to drain my corn.
Yep.
And I'm just going to quickly toss them with those onions so they get a little of that flavor.
Yeah, the perk of you doing this is that you're going to give some extra special touches.
Extra special love.
Dude, all of it smells so fucking orgasmic.
That looks good. Okay, flautas.
Okay, so.
It's almost Cinco de Mayo. All right, I have my corn ready. And my beans mashed. What do I do?
Okay, so using a griddle, your oven, or if you would prefer a microwave.
Fuck that.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting
That's
for.
a hell to the no.
Yeah. You're going to warm up the tortillas.
Okay.
You know. And again, if I had more time, I would have used my great grandmother's recipe, but we'll do that one day when I have time. I just ran out of time. How many
should I heat up? 6 for now?
Well, we made enough for like 12. We made enough filling for 12.
Oh, hell yeah.
So if we roll them all up, they're going to fit 12 in there nicely. So just, how many did I get? I hope I got 12. Yeah. Oh,
these are good ones too.
I fucking nailed it. I know. I looked for the home style. So yeah, put that shit up in the oven.
I'm going to put a little more lime in these, Shay.
Do it, girl. You do what you feel like. Just do
I'm going to season that up. You always want to taste your food because that's the best. You know what? That's something that will really improve everyone's cooking. Just taste your shit.
Yep.
And then if you're like, I need more salt or I need more lime or I need more sugar, fucking add it. Unless it's baking, because then you'll fuck that shit right up. Don't fuck with that. Do not fuck with that.
After you make all that, you fold in the sauteed onions and corn and stir that motherfucker up. So you're folding in that whatever's not the saute pan back into that big ass bowl as it says in here.
Got it.
And then the filling is ready.
I just wanted to foil these tortillas so they stay warm. I could probably clip this back on now.
Yeah, do that. So
okay, so now I'm folding all the goddamn corn into the goddamn pinto beans.
Yep,
chilies.
That's what you're doing.
Okay, mix it, and now I'm filling them up.
That looks good, girl.
It does look good. Do you want more chili powder?
I don't know because I've never tasted it yet.
I know.
I haven't tasted it yet. Is what
You're not allowed.
You're like, do you... Well, I guess so.
I guess we're eating more chili powder.
You don't got one of them sprinkle condoms on there.
No, what?
The sprinkle condoms. So what you just did, you kind of like dumped a little bit in there.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
I don't know. I'm a little soft.
You guys, I tried to put more chili powder in our filling, and I actually like dumped it a little, but
it'll be nice. It's a lot of fucking filling.
It's a lot. Yeah, I probably could have kept all that in there. Now that I'm mixing it.
It's fine.
Okay, so now I'm filling them?
Yeah. Okay, so...
Okay, what is next? I have the fillings mixed.
Okay, so grab about 2 heaping tablespoons of the filling and spread that shit in a nice line toward the edge of the left side of one of the tortillas from top to bottom.
2 tablespoons?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to fold a little cheese in there.
Yeah, do it, girl.
These are going to be real good.
Yeah. Okay. So, then roll that shit up nice and tight from left to right. Yeah, that rhymed. Okay. So it says you could even put a small smear of beans toward the other side of the tortilla. I know how to say tortilla, everybody. I'm just saying it weird because I'm
tortilla.
Dumb. So to help that fucker stay shut. Alright, and it says place the flauta seam side down on the baking sheet about 1 inch or 2 away from its flauta brethren.
That's funny.
Make sure the filling got all the way to the ends.
Oh.
It actually says
it was
that.
actually scooting out of the ends. So
I know how to say that. Like, I'm not that sauced. Keep going until you run out of the tortillas or filling.
You're going to want to wash this towel.
That's fine. I do wash things here, so it's okay.
Okay, good. That is a good thing that you do that.
What?
Damn, girl, these are gonna be good.
Fuck yeah. Those look fucking bomb, dude.
Look at these flautas, aren't they neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think about putting cheese on it? Don't break your cutting board. What? Cooking book.
Cookbook? Yeah.
Did you like that song?
It was a good song. That's the second time you've sang Little Mermaid.
I always sing when I cook, Shay, but you know that. Working with me at a restaurant.
You always had a really good playlist.
I did. And I always made everyone listen to Drake at least once a week.
Yeah, and they were like, shut the fuck up, Brie.
God damn it. Not again. Are my flautas tight enough?
Oh. They're tight. They're very, very tight.
They're very tight?
Very tight.
Very tight like a tiger?
Tight like a tiger.
You're going to have fucking flautas for a couple days.
Look, you should take some home to Chris, though.
I will.
You should.
He needs to eat some beans. I don't know why.
He needs the proteins of the legumes.
Means. He needs the legumes.
The legoonies. What number are you on?
2, 4, 6, 8.
Ooh, you close, girl. You could.
They're accurate with their counts, aren't they? About 12.
Those thugs knows what's up. They know what's up.
Good thing these are mostly green
chili. They were pretty much almost done because then you just bake them off.
Cool. You gotta bake them off.
Bake them off.
Bake it off, baby, for me. You wanna shake it off, shake it off.
Oh, so
remember that song?
That sounds. What is that? That
the Kellys, the Dianas.
The Dianas.
They were like from early 2000s, and it was like a girl group.
Why
don't you shake it off?
It sounds so familiar. I'm sure I've heard of the song.
It's like the Dianas or the Kellys.
It's one of the white girl names.
It's a very white girl name.
It was the
and
Ashleys.
It's like all of them. The Heathers.
The Heathers? The Nicoles.
The Beckys.
The Michelles.
Oh my god, what is their names? You guys.
I know what you're talking about.
Why don't you shake it off?
The Amy's.
Oh my god, what is their names? The Debbies.
You're just gonna name bullshit.
Every girl name I know. The Rebeccas. What? It might have been the Rebeccas.
What is it called? You gotta shake it off?
You gotta shake it off, The Donnas!
That's so different.
That is totally right.
The Donnas.
It's completely the Donnas.
Okay, so when you're all done.
I'm all done.
Okay, so lightly coat them with cooking spray, or oil. So they have your number. They're good. And bake for 10 minutes. And then it says when you pull them out, the bottom should be golden. If not, stick them in for another couple minutes. When the bottom looks good, turn them over and bake those bitches until they're golden and crispy on both sides.
Oh, so we bake them on the other side?
Yep, another 5 to 7 minutes. So this probably takes like 15 more minutes, and then we'll be good to eat them. And then it says serve warm, topped with lettuce and salsa if you want to impress some motherfuckers. You should get this good cook.
I know. I will.
Perfect.
Okay. We're gonna put them in. Put them in. Put them in the oven for 10 minutes. Then we're gonna flip those bitches. Flip the bitch. Then we're gonna cook them till they're fucking golden brown and yummy. Beep-dee-dee-doo-woo. So that's it.
Perfect.
And now what do we do while we're waiting?
We just hang out. All right, so we're going to eat this shit after it's done.
And then we'll tell you how it tastes.
Yeah. Okay. Now you're recording.
All right. We did it, guys.
We
made flautas.
It was fucking delicious.
From the wonderful directions of Shay.
Yeah, except I kind of forgot a little bit in there, but that's okay.
That's fine. We added cheese.
We did.
We also needed to cook it longer than it said.
Make a side note, Shay.
Which is fine. We just made them extra nice and crispy.
Cheese.
Oh, yeah. We used your cheese, Remy.
Thanks, Taylor.
Thanks, Taylor, for your cheese.
I need to hold this because I'm going to fucking drop it on my computer again.
Don't
be super sad.
Spill on your computer.
No, it was sad.
How were the flautas?
Oh, they were fucking bomb, dude.
They were good, and we don't feel like shit.
Dude, hashtag Thug Kitchen, man. They know where it's at.
They do.
The right kind of thug.
The right thugs. We'll hashtag Thug Kitchen.
Oh, hell yeah, we will.
Oh.
They're awesome.
Sorry, I just had to...
No, you're fine.
Get my runny nose.
You're fine. You're fine.
We'll definitely hashtag them.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
they'll be like, oh, damn.
We should get some. We should give them some sponsorship.
I'm sorry, Thug Kitchen. I added cheese if you were trying to be vegan, but it was still good.
This makes me so nervous.
Here, let's just...
Thank you.
Actually, I'm way clumsier than anyone I know.
It's fine. It's way over there, so it's fine. I can quickly grab that like a cat.
All right, you little cat. What are you talking? Even though you were just talking that whole last time, it's time for you to talk again.
That tequila is strong with that drink.
Oh,
I'm talking about science, which you all know. Well, not you all. At least I'm sure you can gather from the last 9 episodes. We're on 9, right?
This is our 9th episode.
So, from what you can gather on our 9th episode, I love me some crime.
A little bit of crime.
I rolled some science, so I decided to kind of venture into the world of forensic pathology, which is a science. It's a death science.
That is a science.
So your science, you like to go for life and about the earth and how we keep it alive, and I like to go the other way. Like to go with death.
With death.
Yeah. And that's good because
that's fine. The circle of fucking life.
So I'm gonna do a little bit of forensic science because it's a it's a dying art.
It better not be dying. They need to fucking still use that shit so we know who killed some people.
Actually,
and we can.
It's funny that you say that because there's actually like a bunch of articles that talk about, which I didn't really go into that, but it was just as I came across it on my research, is that there's actually a shortage of forensic pathologists. There's just a shortage of anybody like that. Like there's only 500 in the country right now.
Are you gonna go back to school to be a forensic pathologist?
No, because after I kind of really found out really what I mean, like in CSI and fucking Law and Order SVU, like they really glamorize it and all that kind of stuff, but it's I mean, you gotta know I'm not going back to school because you have to know a lot of fucking science.
Not just about climate change.
It's not like this guy's dead. Next. Okay, so for anybody that doesn't know, which I'm sure they do, but here we go. Forensic pathology is
here we go.
Here we go. Exactly. It's like Mario Kart.
It's like Luigi.
It's just like Luigi. So it's a pathology that focuses on determining the cause of death by examining a corpse. Interesting.
Like when you examined a cat's corpse in anatomy class.
I was like gonna say like in an alley. Like I'm not a serial killer,
back
so
alley?
No. But yes, like anatomy class. Post-mortem is performed by a medical examiner. So they are usually able to determine cause and time of death by examining the tissues of the body. These tissues can include the skin as well as other organs, such as the brain. However, there is more to analyze than just tissue. A forensic pathologist also analyzes the clothing, urine, bile, hair, blood, nail clippings, and stomach contents of the victim. So
the urine?
Yeah, just everything. So
I don't know why the urine was like the biggest.
It's just like
shock.
Okay, do you remember?
I remember
because
your
it's like
story
urine, gross.
What the guy
or like if I said
out.
like fecal matter, you'd be like, ugh.
Oh well.
Yeah. So it's just like
when I think of fecal matter, I think of shit.
Well, that's because
urine though, but that's fecal matter. Is it?
What? Yes. No.
Yeah, pee is also fecal matter.
Oh my God, Jesus. This is supposed to be a learning podcast, and I feel like we're going backwards. Okay. No.
I knew what that meant.
You've had one too many tequilas. Yes. Okay.
Yes, you're right.
Anyway, so
you should have just said fecal matter. Go on.
No, I know urine is pee and fecal matter is poop.
Oh. Yeah. I thought you were saying
no. Wow, you're really gullible though. I've been like, yeah, fecal matter is pee. So you're dumb if you didn't know that.
Oh,
Jesus.
Let's erase all of
We're
that.
going to, because holy shit.
Yeah, I'm stupid as
No,
fuck.
you're not stupid. You're just a little buzzed. It's fine. Anyway, I was just saying that it was just most shocking to you, the urine, whatever, because it's like, ugh. Like if I said fecal matter to you, you'd be like poop, gross. I don't like that. Yeah. That's all I was trying to say.
Okay, got it.
We had just miscommunication, just kind of like our cooking segment. Anyway. So, but yeah, they have to like analyze all that shit. And I stopped because when we talked about the first episode, it was like Jill Coit when they kind of discovered it was her because they examined it. So that's what kind of sparked me to kind of
want to look into it.
Yeah, to see what the kind of science and like who's responsible for what. So that's the reason why I'm also doing this week. Anyway,
well, we're thankful.
Okay, so a forensic pathologist seeks help from other specialists, such as a toxologist. A toxologist can help determine the cause of death by searching for poison and detecting alcohol levels. I know everyone probably knows this. I'm just doing it for just whatever.
For Brie.
For Brianna. And because for myself.
She doesn't know.
Yes. Anyway, after 45 minutes of the first paragraph, we move on. Okay, so the forensic pathologist draws on biology, physics, chemistry, even psychology, and anthropology. So lots of fucking science. So which I didn't know that. Like, I just thought like a fucking, you look at like a bunch of fucking TV shows and you're like, oh yeah, no, they just do like, oh yeah, he's dead there.
I gotta put it under a microscope and then I'll figure it out.
What you think about like, then if you really, like if you ever watch, it's a really morbid show, but it's actually really grossly fascinating. It's called Autopsy on HBO. And it's just kind of intense, like because you're like looking at dead bodies and stuff like that, but it's really good because you get to kind of they do a lot of interviews with forensic pathologists, so there's not a whole lot of them, and they're really they're doctors essentially, so they have a lot of education under their belt, and they go through like several bodies a day, so you had to put like
that would be insane.
Yeah. So yeah, you had to be really okay with death. Oh, I felt like a breeze by my shoulder, and I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a ghost, and it was just my cat.
Oh, Colonel,
hey,
wants
husband,
to comfort you.
Yeah, look, he's my little pet.
He knew you were scared.
He was. He's like, I'll protect you. I love you, boo-boo.
She just kissed his ass, guys, literally.
Not on the starfruit. It's fine. Like, Jesus Christ.
Not on the what?
The starfruit. Or is it grapefruit? I don't know what it is. Just on the top, on the ridge.
I got you. The starfruit.
I don't know.
It looks like a little star.
Doesn't
a little
it?
cat butthole. Little sand dollar. All right, pathology,
forensics.
Great.
Now like he's just like, meh. Speaking of post-mortem, he's like, meh, rigor mortis. All right. Anyway.
That's why both cats.
Exactly.
I don't understand.
So I wanted to just kind of specify the difference between a forensic pathologist and a coroner. A medical examiner, by definition, is a physician, which is another name for a forensic pathologist, and are appointed to their positions. To be a coroner, you have to be able to be, like, elected to the job. So you've got places where, like, a local... I know, he's all in your business. So you got places where, like, the local feed store operator is your coroner. Like, you don't have to have really any education. You just have to be...
So I could be a coroner?
You fucking could be if you got enough
Someone
votes.
Could collect me?
Yeah.
I mean, elect?
All right, so forensic pathologists are trained in multiple forensic sciences as well as traditional medicine. So other areas of science that forensic pathologists must have...
So are doctors trained in this shit?
No.
Kind of?
Well, yes and no. But, like, you have to be a doctor first before you become a forensic pathologist, essentially. Which is crazy, which I didn't know that. So I learned stuff when I was reading this stuff.
That's the point.
It is. So they have to have... So forensic pathologists have to have working knowledge of toxicology, fire... Oh, my gosh. I'm having a stroke as I'm talking. Don't worry, guys. Firearms examinations. So, in parentheses, wound ballistics. Trace evidence. Forensic... Wound ballistics. So, like, if somebody gets shot, like, oh, their shoulder got blown out. Like, they have to know, like, what kind of gun and all that kind of stuff. Oh. P.S. I'm talking out of my ass. I hope that's right. Nobody correct me. Okay, moving on.
I thought you said womb, so I really didn't know that.
Womb ballistics. That's where, like, somebody shoots somebody right in the womb.
When your womb explodes.
Yep.
Which happens a lot.
It does. So they also have to have knowledge in forensic serology, and that is the scientific study of diagnostic examination of blood serum. God, you're such a little whore. Along with all of that, they also have to have knowledge of DNA technology. You're gonna push me off my stool. Jesus, little ham bone. Okay, are you done? Comfortable? Got it? Okay. We're not gonna like delve super into the history because it's kind of vague a little bit. So I'm gonna kind of just take little snippets that I did not pull from Wikipedia because anywhere else, like I looked at Wikipedia and like nowhere else could I verify those facts. I'm like, well, that sounds about right. So I'm just gonna go with these other facts. In 44 BC, so we're taking it way back. There are some reports, like it's on the first historical account of forensic pathology. Examination occurred immediately after the slaying of Julius Caesar by his collaborators. Nailed it. Okay, so the examiner of that time concluded that of the 23 wounds found on... Wounds? Like a womb, but wounds. Found on the body, only one was fatal. Senators didn't have that much of a skill with daggers and knives, so... Maybe Brutus, one with the military background, maybe had the fatal blow. Maybe. But who's to say? Who's to say?
I wasn't there.
Who's to say?
Actually, I was. I was a collaborator then, too.
You were.
I was a collaborator.
You were a collaborator. You were the best collaborator in all the land. Okay, so the first forensic medicine book was written in 1247. So we're Oh my God, that was another Disney show. Flash forward.
Oh my God, that fucking show with Ben fucking
Yes.
Foster.
We'll be back in a flash. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
So, again, we're going to fast forward to 1247 by Song Si, which I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's Chinese. So, I apologize.
God damn it, Shay.
I know. So...
How do you not know Chinese by now?
I know. So I don't even know Spanish. I'm Hispanic. So what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. What?
So they were an outstanding forensic scientist in the Southern Song Dynasty, who is now remembered as the father of forensic medicine.
Wow.
So the 5-value masterpiece is titled something in Chinese that I will not even remotely try to butcher.
What is it? Oh.
Would you like to pronounce that?
Yeah, we're going to pretend that I know Chinese.
Yeah, okay. Sound it out.
Jiawanju.
Perfect. Okay, so moving on. And
X,
was written by Song
Z
Si's...
sound, I do know that.
Perfect. Experience with forensic medicine during his lifetime. So
I'm sorry we don't know your name, sir.
I know. I'm sorry. You must
think you're
know.
alive.
Please don't come haunt us.
It was a long time. So
we're going to continue to flash forward. In Europe, the first written records concerning forensic pathology appeared in 1507 when a volume titled The Bamberg Code appeared. And interesting enough, a few years after the book came out, Emperor Charles V of the Holy Roman Empire...
Emperor Charles?
The 5th. That's what it says. In 1507?
I didn't think his name would be Charles.
Oh.
An emperor of China.
No, we fast forward. You don't listen to me. So
I didn't.
In Europe.
Oh!
Jesus Christ.
I was like, whose fucking name is Charles when he's an emperor of China?
What a trendy Chinese parent.
Here you go.
Here you
Charles.
go. Good
Anyways,
luck.
Okay, we're not in China anymore.
We're
Forget
not,
it.
so it's fine. So he changed the penal code in a very extensive manner. Thus, medical testimony was required during a trial such that the manner of death had to be concluded, whether it was in infanticide, homicide, abortion, or poisoning.
Oh.
So it was a big step, essentially. It was just a big step in just incorporating, just being like, oh yeah, fucking my Aunt Margaret did it because she's a fucking whore and I hate her. So it was good. It was a big step.
Yeah, so
it was a big step. It was
say whatever the fuck they
yeah,
wanted.
they were hoping it was like gonna take the he said out of who said.
Yeah.
The box.
The he said, she said.
Exactly. Okay, so pathology was branched as an integral part of medicine into the investigation of deaths in the latter part of the 19th century, in America at least, when in 1890 in Baltimore, a city ordinance authorized the Board of Health to appoint 2 physicians with the titles of medical examiner and assign them the duty of performing all autopsies requested by the coroner. And finally, after...
So back then, like, not everyone obviously was autopsied because they didn't have that technology.
No, they didn't. And
so honestly, then they, like,
the coroner was the coroner existed before the forensic pathologist. So the coroner was always kind of a thing. But so it was.
But they didn't have any formal training like a pathologist would.
I don't believe so. No, it was actually, I read also the coroner was very important. It was also called a crowner. So the crowner would go out
like a crayon. Just kidding.
You can go fuck yourself.
A crowner. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm breathing really deeply right now. It's
you're
fine.
Looking at me.
Yes.
The most angry I've ever seen you in your life.
It's an act. Anyway, but the crowner would. It makes me mad now.
Sorry.
Just made me sigh really hard. Anyway, so the crowner would actually be sent out by the king after, I believe, before he gathered taxes to get a head count to see if anybody actually had died or something like that. I can't remember because I did not write it down.
Yeah,
so he would make sure that
that should go back
just
then?
so he could get he was making sure he was getting the most taxes that he could be getting out of his people. It's kind of fucked up.
That is fucked up.
So
gotta make sure we have the count right.
Right. So anyway, so finally after the pathology and the toxicology was applied in solving thousands of crimes across the world, forensic pathology was first recognized in the USA. Not till really 1959.
What?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? That it was not really recognized as a science or as a whatever until 1959. Do you want to hear something worse?
Yeah.
So Canada became a bit late to officialize the field, as it was not formally recognized until 2003. What you doing, Canada?
In Canada?
What's going on down up there?
They're just so high, they don't kill each other, so they don't need to fucking.
They're like, we only have 55 deaths every 10 years, so we don't really need that.
Yeah, they're doing fine. They just eat poutines and they're happy.
And, he probably deserved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't need to look.
The 55 not nice people, and the guy was like, well, we just gotta kill him. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So, I'm just going to do a couple stories. So, crimes solved by pathology. So, there was a woman that was found on the ground in her barn on a summer day. So, this is why I was saying I'm kind of cheating a little bit, because I'm like, I just get to talk about crime and some crime stories. So, but I don't go into, extensive background, so this is not, fucking 4 hours long. So, the woman was found on the ground in her barn on a summer day in Indiana. Her body was partially clothed in her bra and her shirt next to her, with her bra and her shirt next to her body, and her pants and underpants kind of were partly lowered down to her legs, so it obviously looked like kind of foul play. So her grandson heard, he called the police.
It was the goat.
So he called the police, who noted that there was blunt force trauma to the body, and they obviously began a homicide investigation. But what was first determined to be a suspicious-looking death, potentially a sexually assault homicide, eventually was determined to be just a horribly tragic accident.
What?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy. So, this case serves to emphasize the fact that failure to recognize accidental deaths and instead consider them to be homicides can result in wasted time and resources. I did it!
Processes.
Oh no! And resources, false allegations, and possible life-altering consequences. The 81-year-old woman's body was found on the muddy floor of the barn with a hose still running water across the ground, according to the death investigation. The gate from the barn to the pasture was open, allowing her horses, so she was out there feeding her horses, so they were just roaming freely. The blunt force injuries were inflicted on the head and the trunk of the body, but one particular bruise gave them pause. It was like a faint pink yellowish contusion, which was shaped like a horseshoe, according to the paper. So there was a whole study done on this. So the yellowish tint can often indicate a post-mortem injury. And the woman's left hip was broken prior to death. So that's also why they thought oh my God, she was hurt and sexually assaulted. So spots within the the intestinal tract, known as I'm probably saying this wrong, but Wisniewski spots were also found during the autopsy. Those dark fleck-like spots are lesions known mostly as a response to exposure to cold temperatures. Together, the facts began to reconstruct the sequence of death. The woman had gone out to tend to her horses, turned on the hose, and opened the gate to the pasture, but when she had fallen and broken her hip. But then she had fallen and broken her hip. Unable to move with the cold and wet floor, she had gradually gotten colder and colder, especially when the hose gushing water across the bottom of the barn, despite it being a typical summer day in Indiana. So as a result,
because that'd be hot as fuck.
It would be hot, but they did talk about how even in 70 degrees, you can still have kind of symptoms of hypothermia. So as a result, despite the relatively warm summer,
just sitting in it for
you just freeze. So ambient temperatures, she succumbed to fatal hypothermia, which is insane, right?
She just wanted to feed and water her horses.
No, so her horses.
Or some guy got away real fucking quick.
Damn. So her horses eventually became hungry and attempted to rouse her with their front hooves, which explains the post-mortem injuries. So that's why they were pawing at her.
Oh,
so
they were trying to wake her
up. So, or she was still alive, and she just couldn't get up because her hip was broken. So the suspicious lack of clothing can be explained by the determination of accidental death. People who become delirious from dropping body temperature can often act out with the doxial undressing, in which they shed clothing despite the cold. So the phenomenon is well documented in cases. So it is like where they like, it's like when people get like super high. I think there was one case where I can't remember who it was, but she had froze to death. And they're like, why the fuck is she naked? It's because, and they found her like clothing, like, and they thought it was like a rape or whatever, but they had no like physical evidence.
Yeah.
And it was because she had gotten high or she was whatever. And so she was freezing to death, but she thought she was hot because her body was just all fucked up because of her sense, like it's like her nerves were blown. So she was stripping off her clothes because she thought she was hot, but she was freezing to death. So that is, they thought that might be why.
Some type of phenomenon.
Right. So so that's why that she was probably undressed, was because it probably was because of that phenomenon. So anyway.
Well, good thing they didn't accuse anyone that ended up being innocent.
Right? Thank God that they had like a forensic pathologist was doing her
that
fucking
happens a lot.
Right? So here's a different story. So in 1981, a man by the name of Osmond Bell was accused of killing his wife, Nova Walsh. At the time she was 24, 36 years. Just at the time she was 24. I'm exhausted. Okay. At the time she was 24. And he maintained his innocence for like a long time. I think 36 years after the fact. But Bell could not be charged with the homicide and was released soon after the arrest due to the lack of evidence. So for years, the case remained open and without suspects for 36 years, to be precise. So over the years, thanks to the resources that the advancements of technologies provided, the victim's family asked the court for a new review of the evidence involved in the case. In 2014, forensic scientists carried out further analysis of the evidence, including DNA analysis, generic fingerprinting, just anybody's.
It's just, I could do it with a stamp set.
Like that looks like a cat's paw print. It's fine. It's Edgar Hoover's. It's fine. So genetic fingerprinting, which had not been discovered at the time of the homicide.
That's the most random example I've ever heard.
I'm so tired. Anyway, so among the evidence associated with the case, there was an envelope I'm just going to power through.
Edgar fucking Hoover. Okay, here we go.
Containing an anonymous letter, which was sent to the family of the victim after the homicide. In this letter, it suggested that an individual, person X, was responsible for the crime against Walsh. Chewing gum was also among the evidence found at the scene where the victim's body was hidden. So
he just spit his gum out?
Guess, he was like,
what a dick.
I'm gonna put that shit right there.
Fuck you, bitch. I'm gonna spit my gum on you. And they'll never know who did it.
They'll never know.
Till 40 years later.
Right. So after performing complex DNA analysis and all the evidence, forensic scientists were able to obtain, after 36 years, a particular genetic, not generic profile. The genetic profile was obtained with, I'm just going to always, just a generic one. Could be an elephant, could be a mouse, whatever. Fine. It's fine. So this genetic profile was obtained from samples taken from the envelope, which was the anonymous letter was sent in, as well as from the chewing gum. So with the results of the forensic analysis, let me say forensic one more time, the police were then able to resume the search for the perpetrator. Crack. This new search pointed to the only suspect who had been previously investigated for the crime, the ex-husband of the victim. So once the police located Osmond Bell's whereabouts, the judge requested to obtain a saliva sample from the suspect in order to compare its genetic profile from the genetic profile found in the evidence analyzed. Yeah, which is crazy. I mean, to think like how, like I know it was 36 years of waiting for justice, but like in 36 years, that's not a whole long time to like make these amazing leaps. It's fucking amazing.
They're like, by the way, motherfucker,
guess
we got some new science behind us.
We do. So in September of 2014, once the results of the DNA were recognized, it was determined that the genetic fingerprint recognized in the evidence associated with the case matched that of Osmond Bell. Dun, dun, dun.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, Bell was soon rearrested for the murder of his ex-wife in 1981. Bell was finally sentenced to on March 22nd of 2017 to 12 years in prison. 12. So, that's it.
12?
After all that.
Gotten 40 years off.
Right.
So I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know if there's an answer that we know. But, like, for a murder, there's not a statute of limitations?
I think
unless someone's charged, like,
it just
the
depends
OJ.
on every state. So, like, in Texas, there's not like there's not a statute of limitations for, like, sexual crimes.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think in other states there are. So I think it all just depends. It's state by state basis for sure, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is.
Well, that is good that there isn't, like, we can. Obviously, you can't be charged with the same crime or whatever.
Like,
tried for
double jeopardy.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But at least they can, if they fucking find you 40 years later, like, fuck you, you are going to jail. Yeah, so hopefully for longer than 12 years.
Yeah, so wherever this happened, this obviously did not have a statute of limitations, which thank God. So, this case, like many other cases that are reopened and solved years later due to advances in technology, shows us the important task that today's forensic scientists have with society, the victims, and their families. The challenge this case faced over the years and its successful final resolution represented not only how advancements in technology can aid forensic investigations, but also the tenacity and willingness of forensic scientists to solve a case years after the crime was committed. Another important point to be taken away from this case is how well the DNA in the evidence remained preserved after 36 years, which expand the boundaries of what we know about DNA. Yeah, which is very fucking cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, one last little thing that I'm going to talk about for this is actually some science in some fucking some hair. Yeah.
Hair?
So, it's a hair-raising news for criminals on the run. Puns! Okay, so scientists behind a new study published in the journal PLOS 1 have worked out how to identify individuals solely based on the proteins in a single strand of hair.
One fucking strand of hair?
Fucking science. Yeah. So while prosecutors already look at DNA from hair as part of investigations, this technique is far from ideal. DNA is easily degradable, meaning it can only be analyzed within a certain time period for the crime. But the new technique could even be used to solve historical or
who killed fucking Martin Luther King?
Right. So or archaeological.
They don't know that
cases. Right? Yeah, they do.
They do. Not Martin Luther King.
We're gonna erase that. That's fine.
I'm so done.
No, you're not. You're tired. It's fine.
I really didn't know that. I'm just stupid.
You're fine. It's okay. It's late. It's fine.
It's not that it's late.
It's kind of late. I'm gonna blame it. I was helping you. So, DNA's, so, but this, what was I talking about? Okay, so DNA,
JFK, they don't know who shot JFK.
That's correct. They believe it was Oswald, but everyone is like a conspiracy theory that it's not him, but it was fucking him.
Oh.
Let's be honest. Anyway, but a new technique could even be used to solve historical or archaeological crimes, making it far superior to DNA sequencing in many ways. DNA degradation depends on several environmental factors, including temperature, humidity, and pH. It is also affected by the Academy of Bacteria and other microorganisms. In contrast, actual hairs can survive for a long time, sometimes centuries, after bones and teeth.
Hell yeah.
Right? Hair, in fact, is one of the most resident. It's the most resident on your body. It's the most resistant, structures of the human body. Woo, Shay, that is rough. The physical flexibility and robustness of the hair structure is due to proteins with a high degree of intermolecular bonds. Fuck, I'm able to pronounce words. The single hair is associated with some 300 different proteins. This is 30-ish. It doesn't get much better than this. Okay.
Don't.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a little saucy.
You are just saucing yourself.
I'm getting upset at myself because I can't fucking read good.
She is yelling at herself into the microphone, and I'm just watching it.
I know, you're watching a whole breakdown happening. You need to I need to go to fucking Derek Zoolander's School for Ants, for kids that can't read good.
Girl, you can read real fucking good.
Anyway, okay, so protein profiling. So this is the whole process that
we're talking about with the hairs.
Bleh, that's me word vomiting.
They profile the proteins of the hairs.
So
follicles.
In order to understand how the protein can be used to identify individuals, it's important to understand that proteins are coded by DNA. This means that certain levels of genetic variation that we see in different people's DNA passes into their proteins. In fact, genetic information in the DNA is translated into amino acid chains that make up proteins. See, you had fucking.
I did nothing today.
Whatever, and I add fucking. I can't even speak.
Shay.
I add plurals. I
add syllables.
You add syllables. I add plurals. So hairs from different subjects were milled and then biochemically processed with a solution of. I'm probably gonna pronounce shit wrong, so I apologize to all the science people out there. So, urea, right? Urea.
Sure.
See?
Urea.
Yeah, perfect. The major organic component of human urine.
Urea.
Yeah, urine for the win. What?
Oh, okay. Here we go with urine again.
So, diethyl, I don't even know, a detergent, and a substance called trispin, which can cut chains of amino acids. This resulted in mixtures of peptides, short amino acid sequences, which were then analyzed using a liquid chromatography mass spectrometer, which separates compounds of particular masses so that we can identify them. Whew! All right. Next paragraph. The method not only allows for human identification, but it can also reveal how old the sample is and what region it comes from, which is pretty fucking cool.
That's fucking badass.
So that we can distinguish between current and ancient samples. But while
the region it comes from.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah.
So like different races and stuff. It's nuts. So that we can distinguish between current and ancient samples. But while the discovery is exciting, the technique is not quite polished enough to be used in like courtrooms. So the main task now will be to analyze hair samples from all over the world, which will make it like a lot more reliable. So from different races, from different just regions and all that kind of stuff. It may one day be a great complement to DNA sequencing, and may even be the first point of call in many criminal investigations. I had to close my eyes to say that sentence. But unlike DNA analysis, it won't be able to distinguish between twins. So that's one fallback of it. This is the latest in a number of studies showing how useful hair can be in the forensic investigations. Studies are also showing that morphological and toxicological analysis of hair may provide useful information of the circumstances of death. Hair lesions may give indications of blunt and sharp force trauma, and may give away culprits who are hair fetishists. What? Weird.
So people that have hair fetishes.
I forgot about
like
that
in
part.
Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
The guy that pulls her hair out and he smells it and then
he
he tries to attack her.
Fucking, it was weird. Yeah. The new discoveries will boast the significance of hair evidence as evidence in courts at a time when forensic disciplines have been criticized in the U.S. It will also be great use in archaeology. So that's the big part of the science about it too. It's just this really cool technology that can actually help solve crimes that
like back in the days of King Tut.
I was just gonna say that. That is crazy, but yeah, exactly. So it's kind of cool.
That is fucking cool.
It's pretty fucking badass. Okay, so that was my big, long, kind of ranty thing, but kind of cheating with some crime.
It wasn't cheating at all. That was all science.
It was science. That was
forensic
science. But yeah, it is true that there is like kind of a dilemma about that there are not enough forensic pathologists, which can actually lead to fucking lazy, just because you have so many bodies for a forensic pathologist, and it's not their fault, they're just overloaded. So you can lead to either like just shoddy autopsies.
I wonder why people aren't wanting to do that.
I think it's just an overload of it's because they're funded.
You already have to be a doctor.
But they're funded also by the state, so there's just not enough funds, and it's just a tough. It's a tough. I think it's a tough business, and so. But what it can lead to is just like it's either shoddy autopsies because you're trying to get so many through in a day, and just false. Diagnosis or false
or just like
accusations or false conclusions, and then that could lead to false sentencing and false convictions, which is scary. So,
a lot of times when I watch forensic files or like, or like some of those crime shows or those crime documentaries that are like, well, at first we just wanted to get like it's like they're trying to rush, like.
Right. Yeah.
I guess it's not really forensic files because they always figure out what happens.
Yeah.
But like it's those crime documentaries where they're or like the ones where people are falsely accused and they're like forced into like admitting shit.
Yeah.
It's
false
like
confessions.
They were just trying to fucking get an answer, so they're just like trying to,
100%.
What am I trying to say?
It's fine, it's late. So
they just interrogate these people like unethically to
1,000%.
admit, and it's just like because they're trying to rush and get something figured
out.
And
I mean, what if like that happens and then you get somebody that has to rush through an autopsy, and you're like, yeah, that sounds like a good enough story. That's fine. I mean, that's how it happens.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Well, at least there's. I mean, you guys.
It's crazy.
More people need to be pathologists.
It's tough though. I mean, you have to go be a doctor essentially, and then you do. But I mean, I guess it's like anything. It's like when somebody goes, they go and they be a doctor, and then they do like another 3 or 4 years of a residency. So that's what a pathologist does pretty much. They go and they be a doctor, but then they go through their 3 or 4 month or 3 year residency of being a pathologist. But there's crazy. Not a lot out there, but it's
a need.
It's a need. Because you don't want your fucking...
Maybe I'll switch my life.
You should.
Oh, they don't get paid much either, do they?
Perfect. I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Scratch that.
Not enough.
I'm about to get paid a lot.
Touching dead bodies all the time? No, thank you. All right. So, that was my shit. And, yeah. So, next week... Well, actually, in like fucking 72 hours, we're going to record again here.
Yeah.
And, this will be a nice one. We're not going to roll this week. Or
no rolling.
No rolling, because this is going to be our field trip like we discussed in the first part of this episode.
That was 17 hours ago.
Right? Feels like that way, because we just stopped 17 times, but it's fine. But yeah, so we're going to go on a little field trip, and we're going to talk about it. It's going to be a good time.
So no rolling.
No rolling. It's going to be a duet.
It will.
It's going to be a nice duet.
And we'll tell you all about it.
It's going to be a good time. Our field trip.
I was just going to sing the Magic School Bus song because they always went on field trip. Field trip!
Yes.
And in the beginning of the song.
He's like,
Take your bus right to the sea. Come on in and don't be shy. Just to make your day complete. You might get baked into a pot on the Magic School Bus. Okay, well, we're not rolling, so let's go to bed.
We should. Just give it a little shout out to the podcast. Or not the podcast, the Instagram.
This is our podcast. It's called 30ish. You hopefully have been listening.
After 2 hours.
Maybe you're not. But follow us on Instagram. 30ish. THURDY. 30ish. Did I spell that right? THURDY. 30ish.
Yeah. Boom.
I won't do the song yet. I still haven't done my song.
You haven't done your song yet.
I just did Magic School Bus, so I'll wait.
Oh, yeah.
And we gotta go.
Yeah, we do.
We love you guys. We'll see you next time on our field trip.
It'll be a good time. So tune in next time.
Yeah, Miss Frizzle's our special guest. Okay, bye. Love you. Thank you.